Hello, my dear students, good morning. Students, let's start reading the fourth chapter. The fourth chapter's name is Landscape of the Soul. As you know, we learnt the second poem in the last lecture and we completed the second poem taking two lectures in different two videos. So now this is the turn to start the fourth chapter, which will also appear in the question paper after this, the first unit test, May 2020. Okay, so kindly take this the chapter very seriously. Though this the chapter will also be explained, taught to you through Zoom class, but in this video I will try my best to give you all the possible, all those things and facts. Okay, I would like to give you those all important interesting facts and things which are included in the description of this chapter by the author. So now first of all I would like to tell here what is the name of the chapter, Landscape of the Soul, and this the chapter is written by Nathalie Trowbridge. The name of the author is Nathalie Trowbridge. Okay, Trowbridge. So some expressions are given here. So we would also like to get the meanings of these expressions first, so that we can easily read the chapter when these the expressions meet us during the reading of the chapter. So what is the first word? As you can see here in the expressions given, here are total 5 expressions which are highlighted here at the onset of this chapter, in the beginning of this chapter. So the first word is here. What is the first word here? Anecdote. What is the first word here? Anecdote. So the word anecdote stands for a short story. Anecdote is a short interesting story about a real person, written about a real person. So the word anecdote stands for here. The word anecdote refers to here a short interesting story written about a real person, real thing. In Hindi we call it Laghu Katha. Laghu Katha. The word number 2, delicate realism. The word delicate realism stands for here. It refers to the highly fascinating, highly attractive, highly alluring, allure, highly alluring quality of the art, which makes it seem real. So delicate realism stands for here, or refers to here, some interesting, fascinating, highly attractive quality of the art which makes it seem real. It means, in other words, we can call it something that looks like a real thing in its shape and design. Delicate realism also refers to an art looking like a real one in its shape, design and appearance. In all kinds of things, in all kinds of activities, it looks like the real one. The word figurative painting, this is the word figurative painting. It also refers to an pictorial method of arts. Figurative painting is totally based on, the word figurative painting is totally based on the figures, and it represents the arts or the things. Okay, it represents the arts or the things which are made, which are sketched, getting help of the real things in the visible world. Whatever, okay, figurative painting refers to the painting, refers to the arts, okay, which refers to the arts, refers to a painting which is painted, which is painted, which is made getting help of a real object. For instance, a painter looks at the mountain, and looking at the mountain he makes his painting, he makes his art, he makes his painting, he makes his art of the same mountain. So now it is known as a figurative painting, the painting which is totally based on figures. Okay, what we see by our eyes in the real world, in the visible world, is called the recognizable or figurative thing. The next word is here illusionistic likeness. Illusionistic likeness stands for here the word illusion. You know it very well, the word illusion. Illusion stands for here an optical dream. In other sense, something which we imagine, something which we dream, something which we take in our opinion is called an illusion. So illusionistic likeness stands for here, or it refers to, stands for here, the pictorial methods of arts deceiving eyes. Pictorial methods of arts, pictorial, Pictorial, pictorial methods of arts deceiving eyes. Okay. Conceptual space. The word conceptual stands for here based on concept, based on mental perceptions. Okay, so conceptual space refers to here the arts which are based on a person's mental understanding, mental perceptions, and his own ideology. So here are these the 5 expressions which have been explained by us, and which have been explained by me here, giving their meanings in English and in Hindi both. So delicate realism stands for here बिल्कुल वास्तविकता के आधार पर दिखाई पड़ने वाली कोई चित्रकला, कोई कला, कोई तस्वीर, कोई पेंटिंग. फिगरेटिव पेंटिंग वह पेंटिंग होती है, वह चित्रकला होती है, वह चित्रकारिता होती है जिस चित्रकारिता को किसी चीज़ को देख करके बनाया जाता है. हमारे आंखों के सामने कोई चीज़ होती है और उसको देख करके हम कोई चीज़ बनाते हैं, उसको फिगरेटिव पेंटिंग कहते हैं. इल्यूजनिस्टिक लाइकनेस का मतलब ऐसा होता है कि जो किसी भी एक ऐसी पिक्चर को, ऐसी पेंटिंग को दर्शाती है जो हमारे अपने एक भ्रमात्मक दृष्टिकोण से, जिसमें कि आदमी की आंखों को धोखा दिया जाता है और वो उस भ्रम जाल में गिर जाता है कि आखिरकार ये दिखाई जो दे रही है चीज़ ये वैसी है कि नहीं है. लगता है कि वास्तविक है लेकिन वो आर्टिफिशियल होती है, लेकिन उसकी लाइकनेस इतनी ज़्यादा होती है, उसकी बनावट ऐसी होती है जैसे कि वो बिल्कुल रियल वस्तु की भांति दिखाई पड़ती है. उसको इल्यूजनिस्टिक लाइकनेस से जोड़ा जाता है. कॉन्सेप्चुअल स्पेस का मतलब जिसको वास्तविक रूप से हमारे व्यक्ति के सोचने की तर्क संगति, जो व्यक्ति के सोचने की जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स होती है, जो धारणा होती है, तो व्यक्ति की मनोधारणा पर आधारित जो एक विचार बन करके चलता है उसको कॉन्सेप्चुअल स्पेस बोला जाता है. कॉन्सेप्चुअल स्पेस ऑल्सो रेफर्स टू बेटे ज्योमेट्रिकल स्ट्रक्चर दैट रिप्रेजेंट्स a number of quality dimensions. So but mathematically we use this the concept there, but I think the word conceptual space refers to here broad thinking. In this chapter its meaning would be taken by us as broad thinking. Okay, so let's start reading the chapter. A wonderful old tale is told about the painter Wu Daoji. Wu Daoji, okay, who lived in the 8th century. A wonderful old tale is told about the painter Wu Daoji, who lived in the 8th century. His last painting was a landscape commissioned by the Tang Emperor Xuanzong to decorate a palace wall. A wonderful old tale is told about the painter Wu Daoji. In China, Wu Daoji was a Chinese painter. Bete, who was Wu Daoji? A Chinese painter. So in China, people generally tell a story, anecdote, a tale written about the life and activities, the life and works of a famous painter whose name was Wu Daoji, who lived in the 8th century. Wu Daoji lived in the 8th century. Wu Daoji was a famous painter who had got his popularity, who had become famous, who had got his name and fame on the basis of his top class classical paintings. So people right from that day, right from his age till now, okay, tell a very interesting story to the children of young generation, to their youngsters, okay, about this painter whose name was Wu Daoji. A wonderful old tale. A wonderful old tale stands for here a tale, a story, an old story which looks so wonderful, which looks so strange, which looks so abnormal, uncommon in its content matter, is generally told to the people, is generally told to the youngsters, is generally told, okay, from one person to another, okay, about the painter Wu Daoji, who was the man of the 8th century, who lived in the 8th century. Wu Daoji नामक किसी एक चित्रकार के बारे में in Hindi, I would like to give the translation also. Wu Daoji, Wu Daoji Wu Daoji नामक किसी एक वो दाऊजी नामक किसी एक चित्रकार के बारे में एक अद्भुत कहानी सुनाई जाती है. वो दाऊजी नाम के उस चित्रकार के बारे में, उस चित्रकार के बारे में एक अद्भुत कहानी सुनाई जाती है जो चित्रकार 8वीं शताब्दी में इस दुनिया में रहा था. His last painting was a landscape. His last painting was a landscape. What do you mean by the word landscape, bete? The word landscape refers to the beautiful scenes, or you may say the beautiful scenery of the bounty of nature, natural objects, including the beautiful sight of a mountain, the beautiful sight of a river, the heart-pleasing sight of a lake, the beautiful sight of the sun, the moon, the trees. These all things are included collectively in the word landscape. In Hindi, भूदृश्य, प्राकृतिक दृश्य. His last painting was a landscape. Wu Daoji's last painting was totally based on the beautiful natural objects, including the mountains, the rivers, the trees, the valleys, etc. Commissioned by the Tang. Tang is the name of a family. That the family also ruled over China for some years. It is the name of a dynasty. Dynasty stands for royal family. Okay? Family of powerful people, family of powerful kings and emperors. Okay? Commissioned by, the word commissioned stands for here. The word commissioned stands for here, ordered by, as the emperor as the king, as the emperor Tong. Tong emperor. The Tong emperor stands for here. The Tong emperor stands for here. The word Tong refers to here a kind, the name of a family. Joanzong. So that when the Tang emperor Joanzong ordered Wu Daoji to paint, to make a painting, to prepare a painting, to make such a painting which could be appreciated and praised by all, in order to decorate a palace wall. The Tang emperor had ordered Wu Daoji to make a painting of some beautiful landscape, in order to decorate the wall, only a wall, a single one wall of his palace. He wanted to get only one wall of his palace fully decorated, with the beautiful painting, with the most exquisite painting, alluring painting, highly attractive painting of some landscape, of the sides of some landscape, made by, drawn by a famous Chinese painter Wu Daoji. तांग सम्राट, तांग प्रांत के, तांग राज्य के सम्राट जुआनजोंग ने आदेश देकर के वू दाओजी से कहा कि आप भूदृश्य की एक ऐसी चित्रकारिता बनाएं जिस चित्रकारिता के आधार पर, जिस चित्रकारिता के द्वारा मेरे अपने राजमहल की दीवार को सजाया जा सके. His last painting was a landscape commissioned by the Tang Emperor Xuanzong to decorate a palace wall. वो दाओजी की अंतिम चित्रकारिता सम्राट जुआनजोंग के महल की किसी एक दीवार को सुसज्जित करने के लिए सम्राट के आदेशानुसार, सम्राट के कहने पर, उसके आदेश अनुसार एक भूदृश्य पर आधारित थी. उसकी अपनी अंतिम चित्रकारिता जो थी वो एक भूदृश्य पर आधारित थी. उसने भूदृश्य पर अपनी चित्रकारिता बनाई हुई थी, पेंटिंग बनाई हुई थी. फॉर ए लॉन्ग वाइल, द मास्टर हैड हिडन हिज वर्क बिहाइंड स्क्रीन. द वर्ड द मास्टर स्टैंड्स फॉर हियर द पेंटर Wu Daoji, that the greatest painter, well-known painter, renowned painter of China, had hidden his work, had hidden his art, his painting behind a screen. He had not disclosed it. Kept it open for the common man. उसने जब उस राजा के, सम्राट के उस महल की जब दीवार को उसने उस भूदृश्य की चित्रकारिता से, और उसने उसको जब सजाया, उसने चित्रकारिता बनाई थी ना, तो कहाँ बनाई थी वो? Where had Wu Daoji made his last painting, बेटे? Wu Daoji had made his last painting on a wall, on a wall of the emperor's palace. On one wall of the Tang emperor's Xuanzong's palace. And that the painting was based on all beautiful natural objects. But Wu Daoji did not show it. Wu Daoji did not show it to the common man who used to come to meet the king, the emperor, who used to visit the palace, but he did not show it to anyone. So only the emperor would see it. He also announced, Wu Daoji also announced that his masterpiece, the most exquisite and the most wonderful painting, is known as masterpiece. His masterpiece would be seen only by the emperor. Zhuanzong, the emperor, would only see his painting, not any other person. For a long while, the emperor admired the wonderful scene. When Zhuanzong entered his palace and when he looked at the most beautiful painting made by a famous Chinese painter Wu Daoji, so he really he started looking at the painting in great wonder, in great surprise, and he kept looking at that painting for a long time. Discovering forests, discovering means noticing. At the time of observing, or you may say while examining, while observing, while getting, while looking at the painting, the painting based on landscape, the Emperor Zhuanzong noticed that the painting included forests, high mountains, waterfalls, clouds. As I have already described it, that landscape includes all the beautiful sights of nature. Bete. The word landscape includes these all beautiful sights of nature. Clouds floating in an immense sky, man on hilly paths, birds in flight. These all things, the beautiful pictures, the beautiful sights, the beautiful scenery of the forests, scenery of the high mountains, the beautiful scenes of the waterfalls, cascades, in हिंदी जिनको झरने बोलते हैं, जलप्रपात. Clouds floating in an immense sky. Wu Daoji had also made a beautiful picture of the clouds. Floating means moving here and there, wandering here and there in the open sky. Immense means very large open sky. He also had made the pictures of the men walking on the hilly paths. He had also made the pictures of the birds, flying high in the sky, in group, in flight. The word stands for in group. When the birds fly, in group, so it is known as flight of birds. समूह जिसको कहते हैं. अब now I would like to translate this the complete sentence into Hindi. For a long while, एक लंबे समय तक के लिए, the emperor Zhuanzong, नाम नहीं लिखा हुआ यहाँ पर, मैं खुद की तरफ से जोड़ रहा हूँ, admired the wonderful scene. तांग सम्राट जुआनजोंग ने एक लंबे समय तक, काफ़ी देर तक उस अद्भुत दृश्य की प्रशंसा की, उस अद्भुत पेंटिंग की बड़ी तारीफ की, बड़ी प्रशंसा की कि वाह, जुआनजोंग ने कहा वाह वो दाऊ जी, आपने क्या कमाल की चित्रकारिता बनाई है भाई. जिसमें कि उन्होंने देखा, तांग सम्राट जुआनजोंग ने यह भी देखा कि उसके अपने उस पेंटिंग में उसने क्या देखा कि वनों के चित्र थे, हाई माउंटेन्स, ऊंचे ऊंचे पर्वतों के चित्र भी थे, वाटरफॉल्स, झरनों के चित्र भी थे, क्लाउड्स फ्लोटिंग इन एन इमेंस स्काई, खुले आसमान में विचरते हुए, इधर उधर विचरण करते हुए, घूमते फिरते हुए बादलों के भी चित्र थे. मैन ऑन हिली पाथ्स, पहाड़ी मार्गों पर, पहाड़ी रास्तों के ऊपर एक स्थान से दूसरे स्थान पर ऊपर नीचे उतरते हुए, जाते हुए, चढ़ते हुए, नीचे उतरते हुए व्यक्तियों के, पुरुषों के चित्र भी थे. और उड़ान भर रहे, समूह में उड़ान भर रहे, एक झुंड में उड़ रहे पक्षियों के चित्र भी उसने उसी एक पेंटिंग में, इतने सारे चित्रों को उसने एकत्रित किया हुआ था. लुक सायर, इट इज प्रोनाउंस्ड एज सायर. बेटा द वर्ड सायर स्टैंड्स फॉर हियर a respectable form of address. When we address somebody respectfully, with due respect, love and respect, especially for a high ranked person, high ranked status, ओके, लाइक अ किंग, जैसे कि मानो राजा को संबोधित किया जा रहा हो, सम्राट को संबोधित किया जा रहा हो, किसी और बहुत बड़े अधिकारी को संबोधित किया जा रहा हो, तब हम यहाँ पर ये वर्ड जनरली लगाते हैं। ओल्ड फैशन वर्ड है लुक सॉयर सेड द पेंटर while addressing the Tang Emperor Xuanzong, Wu Daoji spoke some words to him, okay, saying that calling his attention, look stands for calling his attention, while addressing the Tang Emperor Xuanzong and calling his or inviting his or bringing his attention towards him, the painter Wu Daoji spoke the words in this way, in this cave at the foot of the mountain, indicating at the foot of mountain means at the lower section, lower part of the mountain, जहाँ पर उसने उस चित्रकारिता में पर्वत को अपने चित्रकारिता में दिखा रखा था, उस पर्वत का जो नीचे का हिस्सा था उधर ध्यान दिलाते हुए उसने कहा कि देखिए श्रीमान जी, वैसे श्रीमान जी शब्द का प्रयोग नहीं किया जाएगा, जहाँपना महामहिम ऐसे इसका अर्थ निकाला जाता है। देखिए मेरे जहाँपना, देखिए मेरे महाराज, चित्रकार ने कहा देखिए मेरे महाराज, इन दिस केव एट द फुट ऑफ द माउंटेन, इस पर्वत के तलहटी, इस पर्वत के निचले हिस्से में जो आपको एक गुफा दिखाई दे रही है, ड्वेल्स अ स्पिरिट, इन दिस केव अ स्पिरिट लिव्स हियर, अ स्पिरिट लिव्स हियर, अ घोस्ट लिव्स हियर, wandering soul, a soul that wanders here and there is known as a spirit। उसने कहा कि देखो मेरे जहाँपना, इस पर्वत के नीचे वाले हिस्से में जो मुझे ये जो घाटी मैंने बना रखी है, अब उसको दिखाया कि देखो यहाँ पर घाटी बनी हुई है, इस घाटी में एक आत्मा निवास करती है। ड्वेल्स मीन्स लिव्स, रिसाइड्स, रिजाइड्स, RESIDS। द पेंटर क्लैप्ड हिज हैंड्स सेइंग दीज वर्ड्स, स्पीकिंग such kinds of words, the painter clapped his hands and the entrance to the cave opened। Oh, what a miracle took place there बेटे। वो जैसे ही उस वू दाऊजी ने ये सब शब्द बोल करके, जैसे ही वू दाऊजी ने तांग सम्राट जुआनजोंग का ध्यान अपनी तरफ आकर्षित करके ये शब्द बोले, तो बोलते ही उसने अपने हाथों से तालियां, उसने जैसे अपनी तालियां बजाई और बजा करके जैसे तालियां बजाई तो उस गुफा का, जिस गुफा के बारे में उसने कहा था, उस गुफा का प्रवेश द्वार खुल गया। द इनसाइड इज स्प्लेंडिड बियॉन्ड एनीथिंग वर्ड्स कैन कन्वे। ओह, इनसाइड द केव एवरीथिंग लुक्स सो मैजेस्टिक, सो ग्लोरियस, सो फेबुलस। उस घाटी का जैसे ही दरवाज़ा खुला, हालांकि उस दीवार के ऊपर जो चित्र बना रखा था उसमें कहीं कोई दरवाज़ा नहीं लगा रखा था, लेकिन ये उसके अपना एक बनाने का तरीका था। वो कहता है कि मेरी अपनी चित्रकारिता को वही देख सकता है जो बिल्कुल अपनी कॉन्सेप्ट का इस्तेमाल करेगा, कॉन्सेप्चुअल एक स्पेस का इस्तेमाल करेगा। यहाँ वो वर्ड लागू हो जाता है पीछे। द इनसाइड इज स्प्लेंडिड, अंदर का जो दृश्य है बड़ा शानदार है। बियॉन्ड एनीथिंग वर्ड्स कैन कन्वे, द एटमोस्फेयर इनसाइड द केव इज सो फैंटास्टिक, इज सो ग्लोरियस, वन कैन हार्डली इंटरप्रेट इन हिज वर्ड्स। इतना सुंदर है उस घाटी के अंदर का माहौल कि शायद कोई व्यक्ति अपने शब्दों में उसका व्याख्यान नहीं कर सकता, उसकी व्याख्या नहीं कर सकता। प्लीज लेट मी शो योर मैजेस्टी द वे। नाउ द वर्ड मैजेस्टी हैज बीन यूज्ड हियर। द वर्ड मैजेस्टी आल्सो स्टैंड्स फॉर ए रेस्पेक्टेबल एड्रेस टू ए किंग। आदर से किसी को संबोधित किया जाता है, विशेषकर राजा को संबोधित किया जाता है, तो उसके लिए आता है। प्लीज़ लेट मी शो मीन्स हिंदी, कृपया मुझे दिखाने दीजिए। जैसे आप कह देते हैं ना, प्लीज़ लेट मी स्पीक फर्स्ट, कृपया मुझे पहले बोलने दीजिए। प्लीज़ लेट मी शो योर मैजेस्टी द वे। द पेन सो गेटिंग परमिशन फ्रॉम द तांग एम्परर जुआनजोंग, ही डिसाइडेड टू शो द एम्परर द वे टू एंटर द केव। उसने कहा कि सर मैं आपको रास्ता दिखाता हूँ उस गुफा में प्रवेश करने का, आप मेरे पास खड़े हो जाइए। और उसने अपने बगल में खड़ा करके राजा को कहा कि देखो इधर से प्रवेश करना है। द पेंटर एंटर द केव। ओह, दैट द पेंटर वू दाऊजी एंटर्ड हिमसेल्फ द केव। उसने अपने आप को गुफा के अंदर प्रवेश कराया, बट द एंट्रेंस क्लोज्ड बिहाइंड हिम एज सुन एज इट इज अ स्टोरी। ये कहानी है और ये रियल कहानी बताते हैं कि ऐसा हुआ था कि जैसे ही उसके घुसने के बाद, अब कोई दीवार के अंदर कहीं कोई ऐसा छेद नहीं है कि दीवार के अंदर ऐसी गुफा नहीं है बेटा जिसके अंदर घुस जाए, लेकिन वो कहता है कि जैसे ही पेंटर ने उस गुफा के अंदर प्रवेश किया, तो उसके प्रवेश करने के बाद पीछे का जो प्रवेश द्वार था वो बंद हो गया उसके पीछे से। एंड बिफोर द एस्टोनिश्ड बैडली सरप्राइज्ड एम्परर कुड मूव, और इससे पहले कि हक्का बक्का चकित हालात में दिखाई पड़ने वाला सम्राट कुछ बोल सके, वहाँ से कुछ हिल डुल सके और अटर ए वर्ड और कुछ शब्द कह सके, द पेंटिंग हैड वैनिश्ड फ्रॉम द वॉल। ओह व्हाट अ वंडरफुल सीन हैड टेकन प्लेस देयर, अनबिलीवेबल अनबिलीवेबल। द किंग द एम्परर could hardly believe on his eyes that the painting which had been made by a famous painter Wu Daoji had also disappeared. वह भी वहाँ से लुप्त हो चुकी थी, चली गई थी, उसकी दीवार पर नहीं थी। अब उसके चित्रकार के जाने की तुरंत बाद वो पेंटिंग भी खत्म हो गई थी। Not a trace of Wu Daoji's brush was left on the wall. Not a single mark of his brush, of the painter's brush had been left there. बिल्कुल भी कोई कहीं नामो निशान नहीं था उसके ब्रश का। And the artist was never seen again in this world. And it is also told in the story that the artist, that the painter Wu Daoji was also not seen after that day onwards in the world. उस दिन के बाद से लेकर दुनिया में वो दाऊजी का भी पता नहीं चल पाएगा वो कहाँ चला गया। It is really totally unbelievable story, but we will have to believe it, because such story runs from one person to another in the country China. Okay bete, so the next part of this chapter will be discussed by us in the next lecture. Okay, kindly revise the chapter, read the chapter by yourself. Whatever you learned from my side, from any other lecturer side, so you should also read the chapter by yourself and revise it. Okay, sparing some time for this task. Thank you.